And welcome to another episode of Dose and a Half Cincos. This is episode number 41. This week we will be covering Drag Me to Hell as part of our... Ben, what did you call this series?
Now that's what I call Cincos.
Yeah, that's right. And also Street Sharks Season 3, Episode 5. I don't remember the name of it.
Rebel
Who
Sharks.
cares? As always, I'm your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
Stu. I'm Ben.
I beat you. I beat you, you bitch.
So, originally, we were supposed to have a guest on the show as part of our live studio audience, but unfortunately, he was we'll call him audience member, right? I would have probably unmuted him during the laugh parts. Hopefully, he would have laughed on track.
Joe, start laughing right now. We just said something.
Okay, cue him. So we'll just give it another shot. I'm gonna give him a call, and we will see if he's available.
This is like AM radio when they're like crank calling someone.
Forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
So this went straight to voicemail. Hey Joe, this is the host of the Don't Snap Cincos podcast, your friend David. I know that you requested to be on the call.
Stu.
And Ben and Stu just both introduced themselves, but we just wanted to know that we're still available. We're recording the podcast as of 8:10. We actually postponed an entire hour just so that we can make you available, and you're still not here. So we just wanted to make sure you knew. We waited for you, and I hope you feel terrible about it. All right,
okay.
Okay, enjoy the show, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.
Bye.
So, outside of our movie of the week, Drag Me to Hell, another Sam Raimi special, and Street Sharks, what else have you guys caught up on, Stu?
I actually did a bit of a double feature when I watched Drag Me to Hell, which first off, I need to contact the system administrator of the Benflix website because apparently my IP address is blocked. Because I tried the wrong password 2 times, and now I'm just permabanned from using it. So I'm writing an email to the system admin.
Maybe they have live tech support. Maybe we can get that.
Maybe let me call them up. Hang on, let me call up their tech support. It's ringing.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm getting a call. Hello?
Hi, I'm trying to use Benflix right now, and it says my IP is blocked from trying password too many times.
Oh, okay, sure. Could you provide me your MAC address?
Sure. 1 second. I'm really sorry about this. It was really weird. When the guy who gave me the password, the account, he made my account and password the same thing and never bothered to tell me that.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
What do you mean? You don't have password as password?
David, shut up. I'm trying to get this fixed here. Hang on. Okay. MAC address is... Actually, wait. I'm on my laptop.
We are in the middle of a show. You waste our film.
Oh, sorry. I'll call you back, tech support.
Okay, sure. Yeah, sorry, guys. Had a call there. What's up?
All right. So outside of the double feature of Drag Me to Hell, what else did you see, Stu?
Yeah, I didn't even mention what the double feature was. It was Cabin in the Woods.
Ooh.
Just because it was like, hey, you just watched Drag Me to Hell. Want to watch this one? And I'm like, okay, Amazon, you got me. Ooh, even though it's 1 a.m. right now, I'll watch it. Sure.
1 a.m. on a Monday.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you, Ben?
Me? Well, actually had a busy week. I actually went to the Frida Cinema showing of The Princess Bride.
Oh, dang! I tried to get. Yeah, well, he did. Fi.
Yeah, he did. Fuck.
He did invite. He did invite. I was just a little bit too late. They sold out by the time I got to it.
Yeah, it sold out within the minute. So
Yeah.
But it was so popular they did 2 more showings of it. So
what? I didn't know that they did that. I thought they released the tickets on the same day?
No, it was Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
but how was it?
It was pretty good. I thought it was going to be really chaotic, but they were very organized, very professional. They got everything.
Where did you park your bike?
So there were special.
That's your
bike
only mode of
parking all the way in the
transportation
back.
nowadays, right?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I was parked behind all the giant trucks. So.
And did you have to lock your bike just in case if somebody were to try to steal it?
Yeah, so I locked it up to the truck in front of me, but then it drove off. So it's a really long walk from Fullerton to Irvine.
I had to lock home.
But
Now,
yeah,
does
it was pretty cool though.
Was it the thing where like you put a box in your car and that's how you get the audio? Do they have like, is it because it's 2020? It's like, oh, you can pair it with your Bluetooth, car stereo.
Nope, all FM radio.
Oh, that's whack. Was it like, were you catching like Spanish radio stations every now and
No,
then?
it was
Or
actually really clear. I was really surprised too because it was on 106.9, and I thought I'm probably going to hear fucking Smash Mouth or
K
something.
Rock?
Yeah, or Kevin, the ghost of Kevin and Bean,
Kevin and
or
Bean.
some shit. But yeah, it was pretty clear. It was really cool. You know, they did announcements over the radio and everything. It was
That's
it
cool.
was a pretty fun show. I took precaution though because I didn't want my car battery to die, so I brought a little tiny FM radio with me, so I didn't have to leave my car on.
I thought you were going to say
Nice.
you left your car on.
Oh yeah, and then my
And-
battery died,
And
and
I
then
brought a very tiny battery to try to charge it.
No,
yeah, I
I
brought a
had to leave
double
my,
battery.
I had to leave my car on to charge my phone.
These Pop Tarts are going to pop themselves.
You don't pop Pop-Tarts. You toast
Well, why they
Pop-Tarts.
call them Pop Tarts, David?
Because
Come on,
they
use
pop
your
out of
brain.
the toaster.
Yeah, dumbass. Anyways,
That's not
moving
All right,
on.
whatever. All right. Yes. Right. Moving on. So, outside of that, do you think there's going to be other like events that they're going to put on again?
Oh,
kinda
definitely.
like
They
that?
actually mentioned it at the show. They said because of how popular this showing was and how many people came out, they are definitely looking into doing more of these. And with all 3 showings completely booked, yeah, they're definitely going out for it. I mean, there was a news crew there and everything. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, because I mean, I think a lot of people are always thinking about what is post COVID-19 life going to look like, right? After everything is all said and done, a lot of businesses are going out because people aren't showing up to restaurants in droves, right? I mean, right now we're at what 25% capacity as of May 26th. Beginning of June, we may see maybe they might increase it to 50% capacity at restaurants and stuff like that. I mean, it was already hard enough to get reservations at certain restaurants already out in LA. I couldn't imagine what any of this would be like. And so that'd be even more crazy. But I think one of those things is it might bring back drive-in theaters. And I think that'd be really interesting, right? Because everybody's kind of contained in their own car, right? Nobody needs to worry about being, 6 feet from each other or sharing airspace and all that kind of thing. So I would love to see drive-in theaters come back and maybe just kind of resurrecting that movie experience, kind of like the same way the Alamo did for me.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. We can go to the Tiki one in Pomona.
Ooh. Wait,
It
there's
would be
Tiki?
really great if there was the Azusa one was back. That one was huge.
Oh yeah, that one was an actual lot and everything, right?
Yeah, but they actually got bought. I think it got bought up by Azusa Pacific, and they turned it into a soccer field.
Boo. Boo
I
APU. Boo.
Yeah, but actually, there was a cool one I heard about in Florida. The Dolphin Stadium is turning themselves into a drive-in theater for the time being until they have the NFL games running.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so everybody drives on. They actually like drive onto the field and they set up with like the giant jumbotron and stuff. And I'm like, is that really going to work? But I mean, I guess if they really need the revenue, they'll make it work at some point.
It's not like the Dolphins are using it. Am I right?
They suck. Ben, I gotta ask, concessions. How did that work?
There were no concessions.
Boo! Wait, so you brought your own? You got to bring your own food?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I went down to Lead
Popeyes?
Belly's. I
Brought my own wine. Actually, what they should do is they should partner with Postmates.
That'd be pretty cool.
Right? Postmates or Grubhub or something like that, and say, hey, look, look out for this card or some. I don't know. That would be really tough to figure out where people are at, but I think that'd be really fun to watch.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but then all the cars are pulling up to all the other cars during the movie, and you don't want that.
Yeah, but I think it'd be really entertaining, but I think at the same time it'd be also super chaotic. But let's just play a hypothetical. If, based on where you were at was in what, Fullerton, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were to order Postmates or Grubhub to your car, obviously within that area, it's got to be within like the area while it's still hot. What would you have ordered for your concession?
Ooh, same thing as last time. Lead Billies. That was really good.
Oh, okay. What about you, Stu?
Well, I guess Fullerton's kind of close to Buena Park, so Kitty Cottage.
Love letter? Oh,
Or I guess
Okay.
Love Letter. Is there a Love Letter in Fullerton?
no. I think
Oh.
there's one in Buena Park, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
We'll have to fact check that. But anyway,
Garden Grove.
Ben, I'm really glad. Yeah, Ben, glad that you had a good time at that. I kind of wish I'd gotten a chance to check that out.
Or an
Well, check it
Um,
out next time because they're doing more. I don't know
Do you
what
know?
they're going to
Do you
do
know
next.
what movie? All right, if you had to pick, what movie would you want it to be?
Rugrats, Paris. Rugrats Go to Paris. That one.
Stu. Ernest Goes to Christmas. Excellent. All right, moving
SpongeBob
on.
movie. Oh, Ernest Goes to Christmas? I don't think that's what it's called.
Ernest. Okay, it's Ernest Doesn't Go to Christmas. Are you happy, Stu?
All right, fine. It's Ernest Has a Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah.
It's Ernest Saves Christmas.
Ernest Goes to Christmas. I'm looking at IMDb, Stu. What are you looking at?
That was a trap. I knew it. All right. So we'll jump straight into our Street Shark episode of this week. Season 3, episode 5. Ben, what was the name of the title?
Rebel Sharks? Shark Rebels? I don't know.
Okay, all I know is I know Stu is probably going to say that he thought the last episode was the one where they spent all their budget in. I feel like this is the one that they spent all their budget in. What is up with all these like montages?
I don't know, but they, along with the montage, they really went hard. They went really hard this episode on the
social
shark
justice.
puns. No, on the shark puns, David.
Social justice.
Social justice shark puns.
Yeah,
Social
no
Justice
oppression.
Street Wars.
So, which one was your favorite shark pun?
Well, I mean, there was really a lot of the same ones. They were saying it a lot, and I think they even I should have wrote it down. They even said one where it was like that's not even a thing. They just kind of like forced it into a show. I wish I remembered what it was, but there was a lot.
David, what's the synopsis of this episode?
Yeah.
So what happened in this episode is they received fan mail, the Street Sharks did, in a mysterious language on, I don't know if they had to travel in time, but there's this place called Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
It's not Chernobyl.
Sharknoble.
It's not that either.
Oh,
but
missed
apparently
opportunity.
Ben's, is it just me or is Ben's getting like more ripped by every episode? Like
What?
he's Ben's. He looks
He is?
He looks
Oh, he getting
completely
more jacked?
shredded. Yeah, he's getting more jacked every single episode. It looks like he's like, you know what? I can't work. I can't be like standing next to these sharks and not looking juiced. So
Yeah, how would you feel?
So yeah, I feel like I'd be.
You feel inferior. You'd be in the gym nonstop.
Yeah. So in this episode, they received some fan mail from a desperate boy in some other lands calling out for the Street Sharks to come save him. And of course, Ben saves the day with the translating thing. So they go and they find out that in Chernobyl, or whatever you're calling it, all of the people that work there and live there have been hypnotized. And the kid who asked for their help, they all pretend to be hypnotized, get captured, and then they find out his father is in the containment camp. He, Ripster eventually escapes, comes back to get Ben's. Ben's figures out a way to be able to remove these like shock collars or sonic collars by disintegrating them, brings them back in, disintegrates it, and then takes them to go fight the evil, oppressive, I forgot his name. He looked like
Not Paradigm.
Not Paradigm. Paradigm was not even the entire episode at all.
Wow.
And that was and then there was a montage. They had the Street Sharks or whatever. I forgot.
No, it's like
Song.
Rebel
on the
Sharks.
run.
Yeah, that's the one.
I know.
They went really hard at those spinning cards, man.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. It was just like spinning wipes everywhere.
Yeah. Where's the star wipe though? We need more star wipes.
They
So
I
What?
think they wrote that song specifically for this episode because
They did. Rebel
it's very
Sharks.
specific, but I can't find it anywhere like to download because I wanted to use it as our interlude into Street Sharks.
Well,
But
I think this show is just, a cover for someone's excuse to just put their music out there. Like,
yeah,
it's like, man, we really need to sell our band's music.
Do you think it's been on off the air for a long enough time that we don't have to worry about copyrights?
no, I don't know. I don't think we've been hit by anything yet. So
Let's keep trying.
we keep
All right.
pushing the envelope.
Yeah. So yeah, we keep stealing '90s obscura TV show.
Hey, I mean, we're watching the whole goddamn series on YouTube, so I don't see why like us using a short sample would be any worse than someone posting the entire episode.
What? We're getting sued?
What about the source channel? No, they're
That's
fine.
official.
They got express written consent from the NBA. I mean, Street Sharks.
No, they didn't.
So, but yeah, end of the story is Street Sharks save the day.
No way. Oh, spoiled. Oh man, I wanted to know
I
how
know.
they're gonna get out of this one.
Any
Wait,
thoughts
so-
on this one for you guys?
Wait, like the whole episode of them was going to like pretty much a concentration camp and saving this little kid and his father, right?
I think it's Chernobyl. I think it's
Not Chernobyl, but it starts with
Sharknoble.
sure something. Yeah, just
Shark.
call it Sharknoble.
Why did they miss that? They could have totally.
They could have.
Because they were
Yeah,
too
but,
focused on the
uh,
montage.
So it's a concentration
Rebels
camp.
on the run.
Wait, real quick, is this 2 episodes in a row with montages,
Yes, I think that this
or
is going
was-
to be a thing.
or was the other montage like 2 episodes ago?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Shut
I
up,
think it might have been
Siri.
last episode or
Whose
the
Siri
other
was
one.
that?
It wasn't Siri. It was Google Assistant.
Who's Alexa? Google.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Google Assistant.
Good job,
Bad
David.
Google Assistant. Sorry.
This I didn't really like the title of the episode. There were
Rebel Sharks.
Well, okay, hear me out. Here's some other alternative titles that probably would have worked better. The Great White Shark Escape.
Very good.
Fiddler's List.
No.
Wait. One more time.
Fiddler's List.
Oh, that's a winner right there.
Or The Shark in the High Castle.
No,
I
come
think
on.
Fiddler's List is the one.
All right, Ben, that was your contribution for this one. Stu, what
Yeah.
about you?
You can go ahead and log off now. You're done. You can't top it. So,
All right, let's go ahead and Fiddler's List. Wow.
oh man.
All right. Let's go check in with our box office rundown. I think we're still haven't gotten all the way back just yet. It seems like we might be still running into. Oh no! The Burnt Orange Heresy grossed $25.
Nice.
What? It's in one theater. Wow.
Nice.
What's
Yeah,
that
that
movie
was-
called? Burnt what?
The Burnt Orange Heresy. Over Memorial Day weekend grossed $25. That's 2 people went to go see that movie. That's if they're $12 tickets.
Or is one person at the Alamo Theater saw it?
Yeah, maybe. But the other 3 completely dominated by the IFC films. The Wretched.
Why does it say Mick Jagger? Is he in? He's trying to act now?
Maybe.
He is in that. Yep.
Wow.
The average weekly pull-in is $10. I really wish we could have seen the numbers from the digital releases, like for example, Scoob and Trolls.
You would.
Or
Yeah.
well, I mean, what else was released straight to digital?
I don't know. You just like the
They
children's
happen to
animations.
both be animated films.
Okay, David, watch Scoob eventually. Jesus. Okay.
Yes, that was a spooky movie.
That's your horror movie pick?
Hell
Oh,
yeah,
man,
Scoob.
When they encountered the spooky
Oh,
ghost.
Scoob. Yeah. So, yeah, nothing to report on the box office. I think with the all the restrictions being lifted and the quarantine being lifted, I think we might be able to start seeing some box office rundowns. Probably, I want to say July.
We'll see. I mean, was it Tenant recently released a trailer this past week, the new Christopher Nolan film.
Mm-hmm.
And the main purpose of the trailer was to reinforce a statement that, yes, we are still releasing in July. So,
We don't give a fuck if nobody's there to see it.
yeah, as Regal and AMC both announced that they're still closed in July.
Well, it's an enclosed space. It's going to be tough anyways. But,
Mhm.
all right, let's go ahead and we'll skip right over that and we'll jump straight into our movie of the week. This was Ben's pick for That's What I Call Cinco. And this is Drag Me to Hell.
Go on, David.
Ben,
David.
yes?
I did it last week. I'm not doing it.
Christine Brown, a young woman in a position at the bank
This sucks.
who wants to make her mark because of her boyfriend who is in dodgeball. I don't know.
It's painful.
I didn't write anything down.
Go on, David.
Justin Long.
Justin Long.
has an Apple computer
And an iPhone.
Do you think that was part of his contract for that movie?
I
where
think
he's like,
so. I really think so.
I'm kind of the Apple guy right now, so anything I do has to have Apple in it. Sorry, continue, David.
Oh,
Yeah, David. With your
Christine
riveting
Brown works
synopsis.
in. Huh? Oh,
I said
Christine-
continue,
all right,
not
all right,
start
well-
over.
oh. But I'm just. Christine Brown. wait. Let me start over. Christine
Not so
Brown.
easy, now, is it,
Wait,
David?
hold on. I didn't expect it to be. Why do you think I like putting you guys on the spot? It's more fun that way. All right.
Stop stalling.
Christine Brown, former fat woman, has a lot of self-esteem issues and
It's
works at a
important
bank.
to the plot.
And it is because that's where we get.
Oh my God! Stop stalling.
Stop
Sorry.
interjecting. I can't help it. Her arch nemesis, Stu.
Ooh.
It's
Oh my God! That's an Asian guy named Steve.
There's a guy named Stu joins the bank and is really close to hijacking her chance at a promotion to become the assistant manager or assistant to the regional manager. But when she is
Wow.
she is met with Sylvia Ghanoush, who comes in asking for help.
Her
For a
husband
third
name was
extension-
Baba.
Baba Ghanoush.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And was looking for a third extension on her home, and is thusly pitted against her and in a fight
Oh my god.
for life.
Jesus Christ, man.
Damn
Fucking
it, I should have
and
written
then
something.
she
Are you
walks
reading the
down-
synopsis or are you
I am
reading a
not reading
summary of the
synopsis.
plot?
I am not. I'm
You-
trying to put something together.
He's reading a summary of the screenplay.
No, I'm not.
And then scene 5, exterior sunshine.
Celia Ghanoush has been shamed by Christine, and she is cursed with a
Gypsy curse.
a gypsy curse for
Damn gypsies.
called
They
the
ruined everything.
lamia, which means that she has 3 days to figure out how to get rid of it, or she will be, as
How
the
to-
title suggests, dragged to hell.
How to lose a demon in 3 days.
Wow.
Alternate
In
title.
this coming of age movie about
Coming of age movie.
I don't know, I just
Oh, it's coming. All right.
Now Dave was just saying
this
stuff.
in this just anything I've ever heard of from a movie trailer. In this self-directed, self-edited version by Sam Raimi, she is Christine is stuck in this idea of trying to figure out who she is and if she is still a good person, even though she did one bad thing.
This is the longest goddamn synopsis
Jesus, man.
I think we've
Just-
ever had.
Yeah, we might as well just play the movie at this point.
Yeah. Just have all that
So
watched.
in the 18th minute,
See,
Okay,
she
I guess
has
John
this
Madden
cat,
is
right?
now.
what?
I guess John Madden is narrating the synopsis now.
Damn it!
We're taking it back to minute 18 of the movie.
What?
And then we
Aw.
start fucking circling all over the movie.
See,
Christina
Justin
Brown
Long got
makes
the
a
iPhone
dart
right
for the
here. Boom.
door.
Boom. Tough acting to action. Boom.
All right, so
All
I
right.
think I know what the movie's about now.
Yeah, David. So what'd you think of the movie, David?
No, I asked the questions here. I gave the synopsis.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so
Stu,
David, what'd you think of the movie?
what? Stu, what'd you think of the movie?
Well, for the sake of moving forward, I'm just gonna stop roasting David and
Okay, fine.
I know I don't want to, but
All right.
David rambled on for like 20 minutes, so
Yeah.
uh, I mean, this is one of those movies that I remember when it first came out. I wasn't really like interested in seeing it, and I don't think I ever saw it in theaters. Uh, and I think I saw it just on TV or something. And then I realized like, oh, this was actually I thought the whole premise and the title was silly for going into it. Like, what a silly name for a movie, Drag Me to Hell. Who is that's like someone saying they want to be dragged to hell. But I digress. But yeah, I thought the premise and or at least what I knew of the premise was silly going into it. But then I was like, oh, this is actually not bad. It's got the silly, it got a lot of silly, the silly kind of, I don't want to call them gimmicks, but like
Dark humor.
effects or like Sam. I think Sam Raimi is known for, which were appreciate. I was very much appreciated by me. And then I really liked kind of the dark turn it takes, because there's a lot of the movie that has like a lot of this kind of like bright cheery atmosphere, but then it takes this really kind of dark turn. So I did enjoy this movie again, watching it again. So, I give it probably like a 7.5.
Okay. What about you, Ben?
Oh boy. Well, this type of movie, this genre, like horror comedy, right? Like you don't see too many of these nowadays, Like it's really hard to find like a movie that kind of stands next to these types of movies. Oftentimes I'll see a movie that's like either like a straight horror film with some flakes of comedy, or or a comedy with some sprinkles of horror, but you don't really have something that's able to balance them so perfectly like a Sam Raimi horror movie. It's like really chaotic. It's really off the walls. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but at the same time it does. It's weird. It's like a roller coaster of a movie with a stupidly good ending. Like I can't get over how good the ending was when I first saw it, and it's still the same the second time I watch it. The scares that are in the movie are just so good with its great sound design that kind of fit wonderfully with the soundtrack. And the icing on top of this fucking perfect cake is how fucking funny it was. I'm a little bit biased in my review on this. It was the first horror film I've ever watched on my own. Like, up until senior year of high school, I was still fucking scared of Jurassic Park 1. My friends
It was the
invited me
Jello. The Jello. You were afraid of the Jello scene.
All right, fuck you. Let me finish. All right, let me finish, and then we can talk about Jurassic Park 1. All right,
We have to go faster. Have to go faster. Have to go faster.
dude, his arm
Oh my
came
God.
off. He got eaten on a toilet. All right, it's scary.
Were you unable to go to the bathroom for like 6 months after you saw it?
My friends invited me to go see this movie, and I didn't want to flake on them, so I said yes. It was something that scared the shit out of me, like so bad. But I distinctly remember having a great time because of all the comedic notes. It was something that, it had all these great jump scares, but at the same time, it was so fucking ridiculous and so grotesque. It was just like, you couldn't help but laugh afterwards.
Are we still talking about Jurassic Park?
Yes, we're still talking about Jurassic Park. No, fuck no. Not talking about all the velociraptors eating that poor man.
Jurassic Park was fantastic.
Is that your horror movie pick, David?
Hell yeah.
Apparently, since you just revealed that it's your kryptonite.
Yeah. Well, anyways, going back to Drag Me to Hell, I still think about this movie to this day. My first time. I have a picture of it next to my bed. When I get really drunk, I send it a text, even though I know I shouldn't. I wonder if it still thinks of me. 10 out of 10.
Wow.
What did you think, David? I don't care.
Yeah. 6 out of 10.
Wow.
Oof. Ben's gonna fight you.
Don't worry, I know how to dislocate his arms.
That's true.
So do I.
Ben, before we fight, you look a little warm. Maybe
you-
take that jacket off.
Ben, before we get fighting, can you help me get this off the top shelf?
Oh yeah.
No, actually, I gave it a 7 out of 10. The reason being is that's the number of times I jumped during this movie.
Wait, so was this the first time you saw it, David?
Yes, this is the first time I've ever seen it. But I know about Sam Raimi's work in general. Just I know how much Ben likes Sam Raimi stuff, so I kind of went in with some expectations, and actually, it took a lot of turns I was not expecting. I mean, obviously, the movie's slightly it's dated, because I'm sure if he had better special effects, he would have done a lot of other different things. But I think that also is the reason why it has this charm. I mean, I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10 because this is not usually a genre I would watch. Because yes, I am a scaredy cat, so that usually gets knocked down at least a point, and then I did not think it was. I saw a lot of. I was expecting a lot more of Justin Long. That's it.
Okay.
And I lost 2 points because of that.
Yeah, where's the Windows guy?
I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. So I think the reason why I definitely enjoyed this more than some of the other horror films I've watched before is most of the fact is that the director's Sam Raimi's direction was, instead of trying to gross you out, he just wanted to shock you, which is a completely different like style than what we saw when we saw It Chapter 2. Right? It Chapter 2 was just trying to, they would just constantly just keep hitting you with jump scares, hoping that something would land. Right? I feel like the timing here was perfect. Like, it was like the moments that you felt the most calm, kind of like what you were talking about, Stu, is like there was these moments where it was like, oh, it's very cheery, like upbeat, and then it sinks you so deep into this darkness, and then as soon as you think it's over, it's done, pulls you right back out. So I think like having that type of just contrast made it for a more enjoyable movie. So yeah, 7 out of 10.
Boo.
Dude,
So how many?
for a horror film, that's huge for you guys. Okay.
That's like a 10 out of 10 for if it were an animated movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
if it was an anime movie, it's a 12 out of 10. Because you can do so many things when your imagination is the only bottleneck, or whatever it's called.
How long did it take you
Restriction.
to watch it when you had to like pause it because you got too scared and then you had to come back to it?
I watched it through one sitting. I probably paused it
How-
twice to get up to get something to drink.
Through how many fingers did you watch this movie from?
Oh, I watched it through the middle of my palm of my hand.
Oh, so not at all then.
Guys, remember that really scary moment that happened at
Remember
40
when it was
minutes
all
and
black?
28 the entire movie? I thought his direction was really good based on just like the actors that he had picked. There's something that this might be spoiler zone. So all right, well, is there anything else you guys want to mention beforehand? Just to summarize, Stu gave it a 7, I gave it a 7.5, and then Ben gave it a
10.
Star Wars Episode 9
out of 10.
9 out of 10. All right, we're
10
gonna
out of
go
10.
straight to we're gonna go into the spoiler zone. But before we do that, Stu, do you know what movie we will be watching as part of That's What I Call Cinco's Volume 2?
I do. And actually, there's kind of two options, and I'm not sure
Any
which
day
one to
now,
pick
Stu.
because one of them would be another Sam Raimi movie, and I don't know if you guys are down for that or if you want to do something completely not just something not Sam Raimi.
Stu, this is your choice. You do what you want.
Shit. Well, okay. So the
If you
problem
choose
is
poorly, me and Ben will be relentless. In
Okay.
how often? Yeah.
So the problem I have right now with this decision is that the movie I'm thinking of, one of the movies I'm thinking of, I haven't seen it in a long time, and if this is supposed to be like the best of the best, right? That we think, right?
or something close to you. You know, something you think really fits into this category that it really stands out.
Oh, okay. To like personally, not necessarily like objectively.
Yeah, I mean, if it was objectively, then I would have picked The Thing, but I
Oh,
don't
okay.
think you would have enjoyed that.
I like The Thing.
You do?
I love that
No,
movie. What are you talking about?
All right, I retract. Drag Me to Hell. We're watching The Thing.
All
No,
right.
too late. You already used your choice.
Okay. Well, shit.
Stu,
Uh,
choose The Thing.
I was going to, but I'm trying to keep it with the premise here, if that's what I call Cinco's. If that's the case, I'm gonna say if it's something
David, choose
personal to
The
me,
Thing.
yeah.
No.
I'm going
It's
to movie I'm gonna pick is called Dead Silence.
Oh, is that the puppet one?
Yeah.
Okay. I have not seen that
Because
one.
really, okay, cool. I doubt David's seen it, so yeah, Dead Silence. That's gonna be the
All
one.
right. So if you don't want to hear anything spoiled about Drag Me to Hell, even though the movie came out in Ben, what year?
2008 or 9. I can't remember.
Yep.
9.
If you
2009.
haven't seen it in the last 10 years, but you don't want it spoiled because you want to see the movie before we review it, go ahead and we'll catch you on the next one. Next week we'll be covering Dead Silence. Yes, Stu, you're correct. I have never seen it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could pick any horror movie, and like 99 out of 100 times, you wouldn't have seen it.
99.9.
Also, do you think I don't know. Not that I really care, but do you think we might be blowing our load a little too early on horror movies when October's is going to be rolling around just in a few
You
months?
don't think there's enough horror movies in October? We're doing one more
No.
horror movie, and then we're switching to some
No,
other.
okay, fine, shut up.
I don't think you understand how this works, Stuart.
I don't. All right, spoiler zone.
I'm just gonna let you sit in it. I'm gonna stick your nose in it.
All right.
Look
No,
what you've done.
bad.
Look what you've
No.
done.
Where's the spray bottle?
Wait, somebody else want to call Joe before we
call
jump
him.
in the spoiler zone?
I'll call him. Maybe he'll answer me.
He's never even seen this movie.
I am Joe's favorite, but after all.
That'd be
Wait,
funny.
that's not
If, like
true.
he has all of us on Dude Has a Shirt, but Stu gets in.
All right, here we go.
Your call has been
Nope.
forwarded to an
Straight to voicemail. Hey Joe, it's Stu, your favorite Cinco from Dose and a Half Cinco's podcast. We're here about to jump into the spoiler zone. Just thought we'd let you know. Okay, hope your nap is going well. Okay, bye.
Bye.
His nap.
Wow. All right. Well, that was your Joe break for
Yeah.
today. I think
Joe
we're just
watched.
the Joe watch
Watch.
2020.
Yeah, Ben will call him again before we wrap up.
Yeah. All right. Let's go into the spoiler zone, guys.
Get dragged into the spoiler zone.
Drag me to the spoiler zone.
Are you dummy?
Dude, I was gonna say, I don't know why, in any context, doesn't matter what it is, if someone's crying out a Udemy, I just find it funny. Like, it could be like the most desperate real life situation, and if they're screaming it at the top of their lungs, I'll just be like, I don't know why. It's just
funny though.
All right.
What was
Well,
that?
if I'm ever getting shot or something, I remember not to yell out "Are you dummy?"
Yeah.
Why
and
would
if you
that
do,
be the first thing you yell?
I don't know. That's just where my
Because
mind goes. All right. If I get shot, Spanish. All right.
yeah, blood loss. He's not thinking straight.
Spanish.
Or if you want me to, maybe if you want me to, not be, passing out from the sight of you being shot and blood everywhere, you want to make me laugh.
Yeah.
Then
"Are you
maybe
dummy?"
then I'll start laughing and I'll be distracted.
That's how it goes. That's how the pain meter goes. Blood loss, Spanish.
I thought it
Maybe
was
Chinese. Ni hao.
you say help me in Chinese, but all right.
How do
I
you
thought
say
it was
help me in Chinese, David?
Help me.
Okay.
Ayúdame.
Okay.
Ayúdame. So I thought it was interesting at the beginning when they were translating everything else in Spanish into English. They translated the name Juan, but they did not translate anything else. Like a bunch of other parts, like when he was screaming Ayúdame, they didn't translate that part. So if you didn't know that in Spanish, how would you know that's what he was screaming?
Everyone knows it's a universal. It's help me in any language except English is Ayúdame.
Yeah.
I need to start. I just realized I need to start preparing synopsises just in case I get thrown under the bus again. Because
Again.
I was going to say Stu is not afraid to crunch the numbers and make the tough decisions.
Wow.
Stu, the only
he's
Asian guy with the last name Rubin.
I know. What the fuck?
What is that?
Stu Rubin.
This movie was so progressive and forward thinking that we don't even see race. See, we cast the Asian guy whose last name is a sandwich.
Stu Rubin.
Last name is Cuban. Cuban Rubin.
Wow.
That's part of the reason why I couldn't take that whole arc seriously, because there's the Asian guy's named Stu Rubin. And anyone I know named Stu
a lot
is
of
a
it
total tool.
you can really take seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always crying about his dad and shit. You weren't supposed to take it seriously, right? Right?
Yeah, what an unlikable character.
Yes. Anyone named Stu.
I mean, nobody likes people named Stu.
Every Stu. That's
assholes.
Right. Especially if they're Asian. Or half Asian.
Did you guys know that originally Christine was originally casted as Ellen Page?
Damn, I would have loved that movie even that much more. Holy shit.
I think that would have been really interesting. I think because that was like around the same time that she started kind of getting big, right? Around like when she shot Juno and all that other stuff.
X-Men.
Yeah, too. But I could not unsee Justin Long as the Mac guy or the guy from Dodgeball.
Well, I mean, every time he was in, the first scene he was introduced, just surrounded by Apple. So
that's what the professors always use.
Do they? Do they?
He was a philosophy professor, right?
I can't remember. I know he's a professor.
Oh, he's an anthropologist. Is he an anthropology major?
Is that what you majored in, David?
That's right. That's why it's useless.
Wow. Yeah, you could have been short round.
Okie dokie, Dr. Jones. All right. Stu, if you were haunted, you probably did something. Yep.
So it turns out my house is on top of a Native American burial ground. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on the person. I mean, I think of one of you as very reasonable, and I would check that out.
This isn't the token I gave you. Oh no.
Ben, nice new button.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, you probably dropped it in my
But
house.
okay, so here's the thing. This is the part that I had to suspend was if she knew that to buy more time, why didn't she just think to give the button to her boyfriend and then they would have another 3 days to start this over again?
Well, she didn't know anything about that, right? She didn't know about re-gifting it.
I don't think it was mentioned that you get another 3 days once you gift it.
Yeah. No, because it says that whoever gets gifted in 3 days, they get dragged to hell.
Yeah, but she didn't know that you can re-gift the item. She learned that on the final night, and she asked why he didn't tell her before, and he said he didn't want to be an accomplice.
To being tortured for forever or whatever.
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to be an accomplice.
But at the same time, she saw the button at the very, very, very end before she falls backwards, right? And she's in disbelief and stuff like that. Why wasn't her first thought, okay, I need to buy more time. I'm going to give this button to you.
I don't think it buys time. I think it just...
Oh, at 3 days, it doesn't matter who ends. It's kind of like a hot potato, whoever ends up with it.
Right. Yeah. So he would have been dragged to hell.
Although, I still don't...
With all of his Apple products? No way. Yeah. Absolutely not.
Save me, Steve Jobs. I don't think because it wasn't made a formal gift to Justin Long that it still wouldn't have counted as gifting it to him. Like he wouldn't have been. He still wouldn't. Even though he had it in his hand, it still wasn't.
No, she could have said, "I formally gift you this," and he says, "I formally accept."
He's like, "Yeah, sure, okay," and then just gets dragged to hell.
Well, apparently the people were asking about a sequel to this movie. Would you guys have wanted a sequel to this? About like Justin Long maybe spending the next 10 years learning about the occult and trying to figure out a way to get her back and summoning the Lamia and blah, 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 and that stuff.
If it's directed by Sam Raimi, hell yeah. But if not, no, hell no.
and possibly not Justin Long. That's my opinion.
Chris Hemsworth replaces Justin Long.
I'm fine with
guess.
that. Tyler Rake and Drag Me to Hell 2.
Drag Me from Hell, apparently.
Extraction. Oh my
Extraction
god,
2.
Extraction. I have to
Boom.
extract someone from hell.
Perfect. We got it. Send it to
Yep,
Netflix.
we got it. All right. Any other thoughts, guys, before we go and wrap this one up?
I do want to say that, yeah, what are my thoughts, David?
We already know you love the film. Nobody really cares.
I do care, David.
That's
I
the only
care.
person that cares about it.
All right, good. Then we have a majority vote. All right. Anyways, I do think that the ending is something that's kind of always stuck with me, even when the actually no, this is the fourth time I've seen it. Never mind, it's not the second, it's the fourth. The ending was so fucking perfect. It's like this happy moment, right? It gets really super drawn out for the final minutes of the film. Everything is happy, everything's going right for Christine. She gets the job. Stu is pretty much fired from her job. She gets to go on that trip with Justin Long. And she's gonna get proposed to. She gets that stupid dress. Everything's great. And then we get to the fucking peak of this roller coaster of a movie where it goes to a fucking drop that happens within the span of a few seconds. And it just becomes so much more horrific as the seconds pass on. First you get the revelation that she never got rid of the button. And then she fucking falls into the tracks with the shot of the train approaching. She's dead. GG, like the train's gonna come, run over her, and kill her. The end. But no, it keeps piling on. Hell fucking opens up as the train passes over and starts dragging her down with like literal hands just like reaching for her. Is that it? No, you fucking see her flesh rot away and her skull open up, and you see her final moments on Earth with this hauntingly good shot of Justin Long. Like, I can't really put into words how much I love that shot, but it is something of the look of utter disbelief, anguish, sadness, and regret that he has. His eyes, his face red with tears escaping. It's definitely that scene is definitely something that still sticks with me today. Like everything that you said, Stu, about his immediate dismissal of everything that's happening to Christine. He still doesn't really even believe it towards the end, even when he lends her that $10,000 to go do that seance thing, right? He doesn't even come in with her. He doesn't really he just knows that's important to her, but he doesn't believe that it's something real.
Wait, didn't he want to go in, but then they told him not to?
Yeah, but I mean, it was something that he didn't really fight too hard about. It was just like, yeah, like
he's like, oh, thank God, I don't have to go in.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like he doesn't want to really deal with this. And it's something that I think really compounds at the end when he finally sees her fucking, flesh just being dragged down to hell. That it is that sense of utter disbelief and just, regret that overcomes him, that's overflowing with him. And I don't even know how they did it, like the idea of this shot of him, snot nose, tears pouring down his face, like completely red. It's just like everything that she has been telling him this whole movie was actually true, and he is that fucking asshole that let it happen.
Yep.
It is such a fucking great ending. It's not something that I don't know. A lot of horror movies, the protagonist gets killed off or something, and their soul is haunted. Something stupid, right? But no, her fucking flesh and her soul is just ripped apart right in front of you. It is something that they mention in the film, and I don't think a lot of films do a great job at this, at really portraying what happens. But that shot of her and her fucking skull just being visible and her eyes is pouring out of her skull, that was so fucking good.
Yeah, I think that was one of the most horrific scenes for me, was seeing her face like that, like getting burnt, her flesh getting burned or pulled away, and just having her skull there with her eyes just like pleading, like still as if there's still some chance that she could be saved.
Yeah,
that was like, oof.
It is the ultimate. I think this is definitely one of the most perfect endings to a film there has ever been. That gut punch of an ending. It is so fucking good.
Yeah,
and
you don't
I
get
am
that
really sad there's
feel-good
not.
ending.
Yeah, it's not a movie like this out there today. I can't name another movie that has come out in the past 5 years that have really match this for a horror movie. I can't
Extract
think
Me
of
from Hell.
Extract Me from Hell. Well, we still need to make it, so let's pull that money in. All right, go fund us on GoFundMe for Extract Me to Hell, starring Chris Hemsworth and that one
Tyler
Indian
Rake is
kid.
back. I'll say this though, this is one of the reasons why I docked at some points. Although I do, but I'm not docking the ending for it because it's a really good ending. Is that the whole time when she first gets the button, if she first learns about gifting the button, she goes and she digs up the gypsy, and she has it in her envelope, or she gets it mixed up in the car, and she thinks everything's fine. And the whole time I started thinking about, and I didn't start thinking about this till this recent viewing, was that like I can't walk out of the house without checking my pockets 10 times for stuff that I know is already there. And it's like I just kept thinking, like, for something this important, I would have checked it like 10,000 times, making sure that goddamn button was where it needed to be.
Yeah, not
And
a
she did
quarter.
not look at it once. Once it was in the envelope, that was it. That was it. No more. It was there, and I couldn't get over it.
Yeah, she's not the smartest person.
Just fucking just look.
And I will say, there was another scene that really stuck out with me from the first time I saw it, even to this time, 10 years later. That fucking time when the guy licks the envelope closed. I don't know what about it, but man, that lick was sensual. I don't know why. He sold the fuck out of licking that envelope. I remember the first time I saw him, like, damn, that is one sensual ass lick. 10 years later, I'm still thinking the same thing. Damn, he really licks that envelope.
I think in the DVD's bonus features, they showed like casting calls for it, and specifically for that role, it was just they handed them an envelope and saw how they licked it. He did the best one.
He did. What? Wait, what happened to that guy? I felt like he was in a lot of big movies and he just disappeared.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's in what's the Inception?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever.
What about you, Dave? What was your scariest moment in the movie?
Yeah, David.
The credits.
Those were
was it scary. The title screen, David?
No, I think it was when she was at home by herself, and she was baking the cake, and then like all of a sudden stuff started just happening around the house. I was expecting for it to kind of be one of those like, oh, it's actually just the wind kind of thing, and then it actually turned. I was like, the fact that they don't show you exactly what the lamia looks like, that was probably the scariest thing, is that like you didn't get to actually. It was like this invisible foe throughout the movie that just kind of kept showing up, and then there was the portion with the Sylvia Ghanoush. She turns into the what's that thing called? The handkerchief. Yeah. And then like it ends up like showing up in the back of her car. I was like, for some reason I was prepared, and I was like, she's gonna be right behind her. I know for a fact she's gonna be right behind her. And it still scared the crap out of me. I was like, yeah. So yeah, those were two really big jumps for me.
Yeah, that was a good jump.
Yeah.
Because it was interesting. It wasn't like a quick jump, because there's like a few beats where you're just staring at a shadowy figure and her face kind of slowly is revealed.
Yeah, it wasn't even it was a very slow reveal. It was like your eyes are really tracked onto that handkerchief just flowing in the wind, and it slowly pans over the back seat. And you're not expecting it, but it's not a jump scare. It's just something that you weren't expecting.
I was expecting it, and it still scared me. It's always the heart, quote unquote harmless household items or whatever that's supposed to be like, oh, it's whatever it is, and then no, you're supposed to trust that it's a normal thing, and I'm like, no, that's exactly why I don't trust it, and it still scared me anyway.
Well, don't worry, David. We got 2 more weeks of this. 2 more weeks, and we get to veto your vote or your choice if it's ass.
Nope.
Yeah, if
we're not doing Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island or whatever. All right.
Yes, we are.
Or Scary Movie 3.
On Monster Island.
I was gonna say Scary Movie 3. It has the name in the title.
As much as I would like that, I'm not going to let you weasel your way out of it.
Okay, that means that you guys won't be able to weasel your way out of the animated series.
See there, it's just going to be Angry Birds 2 every week.
Angry Birds 1, Angry Birds 2, and an Angry Bird is Christmas.
It's actually Angrier Birds Christmas.
Wow. Hey, I think we need
All right,
to
any
check
other
in with
thoughts?
Joe again.
All right, go ahead, Ben.
What?
Give him a ring. See if he wants to help us close this one out.
Okay, listen to this. Okay, Joe Walsh.
I have a feeling he actually might answer at this point.
Your call has been forwarded to an...
Nope.
No, you have to leave a message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Well, Joe, you messaged me furiously last night asking me if you could be part of this. And here we are at the end of the episode. So I hope you're happy.
You didn't even say
Damn.
bye. Hey, me and Stu were joking about being mad. I think we might have struck a
Ben's
nerve
big
with
mad right
Ben.
now.
Anyways, end of the episode. Let's wrap this up.
All right. Well,
God damn it, Joe. Why'd you message me, man? Why'd you call back?
You set Ben up because we were all expecting for you to be here. We had a bit all ready to go for you, and we don't get to do it, and the world will never know because we will probably forget by next week. So, so this has been another episode of Dos and a Half Cincos. As always, I've been your host, David.
And I'm Stuart.
And I'm Ben.
And Joe, we are supremely disappointed in you for not being able to join us. Yeah, supreme. But make sure to tip your Reiki masters. Try to stay socially distant. Wash your hands. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Okay, bye.